In our first lick study, we're going to use a D minor pentatonic scale. We're going to use 2 whole step bends right off of the scale fingering, and we're going to use some nice wide vibrato on a bent note. So let's check this one out. All right, let me show you how to play that lick. It's using a lot of the things we discussed previously. In fact, everything we're doing I discussed in the previous section. So check this out. First thing we have is that big whole step bend. And we're going to keep that bend in motion as I discussed in the bending section, till I get to the note A with my first finger. So I'm bending the G continuously up until I fret the A. Right? That's the real trick on that part. Then I flatten out my first finger, get that roll, as we discussed earlier about rolling that first finger. I'm not letting them ring. I'm not doing... That's a cool sound. That's like the Johnny B. Good thing. We're not doing that. We're going to roll that first finger. See? My first finger is muted. It's hard to see that on camera, but I tilt my first finger enough that the second string now becomes muted. So I get... So 2 individual notes. So... Right? Now... my third finger is going to come and do a nice big slow bend up a whole step from C to D. So all together. Now I'm getting a really wide vibrato on that. It's almost a whole step. A little less. Now there, I lost the pitch, right? I want to get that D. So you see, I lost focus for a second. That's the really important thing. I'm kind of glad I messed it up a little bit, because it's about keeping on the ball with this stuff, right? Really listening to that pitch and making sure you're paying attention, because when you're paying attention, you're going to be inclined to mess up less. So now the picking on this, I'm doing down, down, up, which is kind of an important thing. It makes the lick nice and smooth. Down, down, up. Then a downstroke on the last note. Now there's the first lick. Now the first part of that lick is almost like saying the in guitar. That's really common. That can go anywhere. So work on the mechanics of each little part of this lick. Get that little phrase down first, the bend, the long held vibrato note with the wide vibrato. Then just work through that first. You can break up that lick into even smaller sections. And then when you feel comfortable with it, just try it over the track. Now you can play it at a different tempo or rhythmic values than what I did. And that's kind of the fun of the experimentation. But first try to play it like I did, over the track, nice and slow. Pay a lot of attention to staying in tune, getting the timing right, getting that vibrato nice and wide and in tune.